Welcome all to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. Myself, Assistant Professor Yogesh Patil from the Department of Science, IT and CS. Friends, today we are going to discuss the topic for SYCS Computer Science for Semester 3, and the subject is Android Application Development, and the topic which we are going to discuss is variables in Kotlin programming language. Friends, what is mean by variable that we all know, but how we can utilize the variable in Kotlin, because as we know that Kotlin is a new language introduced in 2016 and through which we can use or we can develop the various applications. We have already seen it our previous video. So variables are nothing but the containers which stores the data or which stores the values that we already know. But in Kotlin we can use var or val. These are the two keywords through which we can create the variables, and we can assign the value to the variable by using an assignment operator, that is nothing but an equal to. And as you can see on a screen, the syntax is very simple: val or var followed by the name of the variable, and we are going to give an value with the help of assignment operator. So as you can see on a screen, the syntax is var variable name, that is nothing but a name of the variable, equal to value. Value might be in a string or in a numerical format. So friends, here we have an example for the variable or declaration of the variable. So as you can see, we have created a main function by using keyword fun. Fun is a keyword for declaring a function. Similarly, we have two variables, or we have two keywords like var and val to declare the variables. So first variable we have created by using var, that is name, and in name we have written a complete statement, like Kotlin is a modern trending programming language that was released in. So this is a complete statement or a string value which we have stored in a name variable. After that, we have used another variable which has been declared with the help of keyword val. So the statement is val birth year equal to 2016. So this numerical value 2016 has been given to the birth year variable, which is declared by the use of val keywords, and we are printing these two values with the help of println function. So we have two statements like println name. Here we are printing the first line of output, that Kotlin is a modern trending programming language that was released in. This is our complete value which has been stored in a name variable, and the second line of output is birth year, that is 2016. We already stored the value 2016 into that variable, and we are just displaying that value into this. So friends, here we have a basic difference in between val and var. So what is mean by val and var? These are two keywords which we have used for creating or declaring the variables, but a small or little difference in between both is variable which we have created by the using var keyword, we can change or modify the value of this variable, but the variable which we are created by using val, we can't change. So it will remain a constant throughout the program. Now let's have an overlook on the variable type. So unlike many other programming language, we have various types of the variable. So Kotlin do not need to declare it with a specified keyword like type, like or a string or int or any other things. So as you already know that we can use string to declare a text variable values, or we can use int for declaration of numerical types of value. So in Kotlin we never use these kind of things. We can directly use with the help of var or val. But to create variable in Kotlin, we should store the text, and we can store the numbers with the help of this variables. Like as recently I have said that by using var and val keyword, we can directly assign the value to this. For example, in this example, we have already assigned the value John and 1975 to the variable name and birth year simultaneously with the help of var and val keywords. So as you can see on your screen, we have created one program which having a value John for the name and 1975 value for the birth year, and we are printing the value, so we can get the output like John and 1975. So here we haven't used any special keyword like string or int to declare the variable with a specific data type. But Kotlin, as we know, it is smart enough to understand that John is a string as a text and 1975 is a integer or a numerical value. So we can directly declare it, but we can also use this value with assigning the value with some another way. Like we have declared a variable string over here. Okay, so name we have mentioned that it contains the text value only, like var name colon string. Now it specified that the variable name, it contains a text value only. So we have entered the text value, that is name is equal to, into double quotes we have mentioned John. So that John text value has been given to the variable. And if we use directly, so it will give an error. For example, if I use var name is equal to John, and if I try to print it, it will give me an error. So let's see why we have to use val then. So in var we have just seen it shows an error while using an text value to that variables. So let's see, when we create a variable with val keyword, okay, it cannot change, वो change नहीं होगा. Okay, so what we have, let's see one example. We have created one variable named, and we have reassigned the value. First we have assigned the value John, after that we have reassigned the value Robert, and when we reassign the value, it will show an error that val cannot be reassigned, and it will show the error on that particular line, or that line of code will be displayed in a output window. So how to overcome from this problem? For that, what we use, we can use var instead of val for declaring that particular variable. So we can use var name is equal to, then we can assign the value John, and if I want to reassign the value, then I can directly use it with the help of name is equal to Robert. So here the variable name has been changed to the Robert instead of John. So when I use println name, it will print Robert, which is a second reassigned value to that name variable. So we have already seen when to use val or why to use val. Let's see when to use val. So val is a keyword which is useful when you want a variable which is always store the same value, like pi value never change, it's a constant value. So whenever we have some variable which contain a constant value throughout the function or throughout the program, so in that case we can use the variable, or we can declare that variable with the help of val keyword. So here we have an example that val pi is equal to the value of pi, that is 3.1415 likewise, and we have used the value with println pi. So it will print the value of pi. Now how to display the variables, or the variables displays just like we have seen in the previous examples. So the println or a print function or a print method, it often used to display the values on an output screen. So here we have few examples on screen. So with the help of print function, we can display the value on the output window. So the first example on a screen, it shows that whenever we use a println function with the help of some text followed with the name of the variable, in that case we can see that println function is continuing with text. In our case it's an hello followed by the plus sign and then name. So in variable, in between variable and the text, we are using plus sign to concatenate these two values. So here two string values has been concatenated with the print method. Here we can use this value with directly with the string as well. So in the second example, as you can see, we have created two variables like first name, last name, and one more variable, that is full name. So when we use variable value like first name John, second name last name Doe, and when we concatenate these two value with the plus sign, so when we use print ln full name, so in full name we have concatenated value of John and Doe. So first name and last name both combinedly we can see on our output. But in numerical the case might be different, as we know that numerical, when we use plus, the plus sign will use as a addition operator. So when we use two variable x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 6, and when we use print function with x plus y, instead of 5 and 6 or 5 comma 6 or 56, it will display an addition of x and y, that is 11. So it will print 11 on a screen. Now friends, how to declare variables? So there are some naming convention for the variables, that names which can start with the name or a digit or underscore or a dollar sign in a Kotlin. For variable declaration, the name should be start with a letter only. We can use it begin with a dollar or underline. Then we can have some sensitive keywords like myvar or myvar. Okay, if I am using myvar with v with a capital letter, so we can create another variable like myvar, but here we are using small v. So both will be calculated as a different variable, not a same variable. Then name should start with a lowercase letter. That is a basic criteria for naming the variables, and it cannot contain a white space in between two. For example, in the previous statement we have seen, we have created a variable like myvar. Here my var, these two word has been concatenated. Both are a single word, not a different word. We haven't used any white space in between them, and the letter or the variable has been start with the lowercase only. And the last, that is reverse word. So if we are having a keyword like var or a string, we cannot use it as a variable name because they are the reserved words in the Kotlin. So friends, this is all about variable creation, variable declaration, use of the variable and its naming convention. So thank you very much.